Hi, my name is Nigel Willis, Group CTO, Ericom. Today we're going to talk a little bit about RBI. I've just got one slide on RBI, and then we're going to look at a very interesting alternative use case which utilizes RBI to protect a web-based application, which in turn also provides additional protection to users. So let me explain first just a little bit about RBI. If you don't already know, its main function is to protect the endpoint from malicious content, zero-day attacks. So anything malicious embedded in the web page is rendered harmless because it's running inside a container on the isolation platform. Today, what I want to focus on is how we can utilize RBI to protect a web-based application and what other benefits that's going to bring to us. So here you can see a few examples. We've all seen, example sites of PayPal, either by a phishing email or actually where the site itself has been cloned, and there's many examples of that happening all over the internet on a regular basis. So let's use PayPal as an example application, and let's take a look at their site. If we first take a look at the source code, you can see the entire source code of the site here. So in terms of cloning this site, it's just a case of copying all of this code and then downloading the other content, the images and stuff that go with it. But what else can you do? So let's open the developer tools, reload the page, and here you can see at the bottom is all of the content. So, for example, if we wanted to get the contents of this JavaScript code, we can do that. Means that we can also look in that code to see, or a hacker could look in that code to see if there's any vulnerabilities that they could exploit. If things are being pulled in from a third-party site, maybe that's another way to gain access. So the whole site is here, all of the JavaScript code, all of the web pages, everything is here and accessible just from inside the browser. Okay, so what can RBI do to change how this works? Well, let's take a look. The first thing you could do is put some kind of authentication in front of the website that you're visiting. So RBI is now sitting in front of this PayPal website, and one of the things that's enforced here is some SAML authentication. So before the user even gets to the site, they have to authenticate using SAML. And only if they authenticate successfully are they able to even view the site. Now the first thing to notice is I'm still seeing the PayPal website. Still works. I could sign in and use it, but the difference is now this is coming through RBI. So if we look at the source code once again, now we're not seeing the PayPal source code. What we're actually seeing is Ericom source code. And if we again open the developer tools and reload the page, all of that content that was originally PayPal is no longer being shown. You're just seeing the source code from the RBI instance. So all this code here is part of RBI, not part of the PayPal site. Okay, so that means it makes it much more difficult for somebody to clone the site. It also means that a hacker can't look inside the PayPal code and see whether there's any vulnerabilities. And it also means that a competitor can't look at the code that's being used within that application to try and gain a competitive advantage. And also that extra level of security, in this case if you're using SAML authentication on the front end, means that the user also gains some protection because the site they're using is less easy to get to and manipulate. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks very much for your time.